Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you've been following my recent videos about Amazon disabling apps and the new update that's likely coming to all Fire TV devices soon, you'll know there have been quite a few questions popping up. So I wanted to make a quick video today to tackle some of these frequently asked questions and hopefully give you the answers. First up, let's revisit my video where I discussed Amazon disabling apps. Now, in that video, I shared a fix. If your favorite apps are getting blocked, often all you need to do is install the latest version of that app from my downloads page using downloader code 28907. And yes, that's still true. However, as some of you have noticed, it seems we've entered a bit of a cat and mouse game with these new updated versions and Amazon. So what we're seeing is that sometimes when a new app version is released, it'll work perfectly for a few days. But then, more often than not, Amazon catches up and blocks that new version again. So it looks like we could be stuck in this cycle for a while. Now, it's really important to remember that Amazon states they are only disabling apps that appear to have dodgy code or use malicious practices. So if your go-to app keeps getting disabled, it might be a good time to consider switching to a new one. There are plenty of other fantastic apps out there that are working just fine and haven't been blocked. Now, I won't mention any names here on YouTube, but you can get my latest recommendations and news by signing up for my weekly newsletter. Just head over to firetvsticks.com/newsletter-sign-up to sign up and stay in the loop. I also saw a comment from a user who thought that they had the answer to the blocked app issue. They suggested that applications aren't blocked on the Fire TV Cube. However, I can tell you firsthand that this is completely unfounded. As you can see right behind me here on my Fire TV Cube, apps like FlickVision and others have indeed been blocked. So unfortunately, that's definitely not the case. Alright, moving on to my next video where I reported that Amazon is experimenting with a new home screen layout. This new layout removes your top 6 favourite apps from the top row on the home screen, and Amazon is slowly rolling this out to more and more people. Naturally, some of you have suggested not updating your Fire TV devices to stop this from happening. And while that sounds like a good idea in theory, Amazon does not officially support blocking updates on Fire TV sticks or their devices. In fact, they actively push them, which means for most users, there's no effective choice in the matter. Now, you might find some ways of blocking updates if you search hard enough online, but for the majority of Fire TV users, this will be too little too late, as this major update to disable apps and change the home screen has already been pushed out to most devices. Sometimes it might just not have been activated yet. But just because they haven't been activated yet doesn't mean that that update hasn't been downloaded already to your device. Now, finally, let's clear up some confusion regarding Fire OS version numbers. I've had some questions about my Firestick showing Fire OS 8.1.4.0 and users asking when their OS 6 device will update to OS 8. Now, Firestick versions don't update between major iterations. So if you have a device running Fire OS 6, it will not update to Fire OS 7 or Fire OS 8. The same applies if you're on Fire OS 5 or 7. Your device will remain on that major version. Instead, your device will continue to receive updates specific to its current Fire OS version. This means your Fire OS version number will remain the same, so for example Fire OS 6, but the dot numbers at the end, like the .1, .4, .0 in my example, will change when you get a new update. These updates bring new features and bug fixes relevant to your current OS without changing the core number. So don't worry if your Firestick isn't jumping from Fire OS 6 to Fire OS 8. It's working as intended, receiving updates within its current operating system. Now, if all this talk about Amazon's control and app blocking has you fed up with Fire TV devices entirely, don't forget that I have a brand new video coming out really soon that you won't want to miss. I'll be sharing my top 5 recommended alternatives to the Fire Stick, giving you some excellent options. I hope that clears up some of the burning questions you've had. If this video helped you out, please hit that like button, subscribe for more Fire TV tips and tricks, and let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. As you can see right behind me here on my Fire TV Cube, apps like